Ephraim, do you know where there are wrappers all over the ground?
Wrappers. Wait, these are my candy wrappers. What? Have you been going through them?
Not to maybe, but not this much.
Oh no, my candy stash.
Where is your candy stash?
Uh, or my candy hoard. It's over here. Wait, who are you?
What? Oh, hello. I'll be done in a minute once I figure out where that candy she wants is. Lucifer, by the way. Pleasure to dragon. Is it always dragons?
Uh, I'm Ephraim, and that is my candy.
And I'm Ashura, and you appear to be shoulder deep in it.
Yes, but you see, yours is just a momentary thing. Opal clearly said there was good candy here, and I should come steal some, and therefore it makes it my candy.
I'm sorry. Who do you say, Opal?
Opal, yes, little. Well, it depends. She varies in size. Purple-haired fairy, uh, great personality.
Yeah, we've met her. It's just she wanted you to steal my candy.
We normally get a bit of warning when people show up.
Yeah.
Actually, one more thing. Half the time we don't.
What's the fun in warning you? It makes stealing more tedious. I could just take it, or I could turn you both into tree lizards and then take it. And one of those is way more work, and I just don't want to do it. You can't make me.
How about this then? You can take what candy you want if you tell us your story.
So a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Not as fun as stealing, but I suppose I can do it for you, green fellow, and fella that my fiance out for a drink. Anyway, what do you want to know? I am Lucifer, god of sin, perfect in everything and great at everything.
Oh.
First, I'm curious, what candy did she ask you to steal?
All the rock candy. He's doing something about seeing if it can connect to her magical bat, I think is what it was. Yes, that. Using forgotten candy to power up her magical chaos bat. Yes. Or eat it. One of the two.
Oh, you're looking for the behind the sofa candy. I keep them over here. They used to be toffees, but now they're rocks.
There's
Not how rock candy works, sir.
Is that why the kobolds are having a sugar high right now?
They're having a sugar high?
Sugar high kobold.
It's never a fun time, trust me. I end up normally having to get the net and pulling them off the wall.
That sounds delightfully chaotic.
What is this sin you're a god of?
All of them. Wrath, lust, gluttony, greed, melancholy. You know, all of them. Good, wholesome sins that you should definitely indulge in and pay tithing to me, for I am the god of it.
Wait, did you say greed?
Yes, very much so greed.
That's
Exactly.
That's one of the virtues.
Got that backwards. It's a virtue in my book, but most mortals call it a...
I mean, some mortals are just weird.
I mean, mortals are weird, but then again, I'm a god who doesn't really have temples. I more have bordellos, bars, and gambling houses in my honor.
I mean, those do tend to be more fun.
Oh, they are the best. Especially the Wonky Wand. I am the greatest bartender ever.
Oh, you know.
When I feel like bartending. Okay, listen, the god of freedom here, he may argue that, but he's always been a bit out there. And if he comes asking about me, I was never here.
I've always wanted to visit the Wonky Wand.
You should. It's a wonderful tavern. I make a lot of drinks. A lot of them glow. Some of them have magical effects. Fairies and imps running all over the place. It's really delightful. A lot of people to pickpocket too. Loads of fun.
Sounds like
Ephraim, no.
Ephraim, yes.
I'm getting conflicted messages.
Gosh, why do I have to be the morality of this group?
Because you're boring.
That's my least favorite position.
Well, I mean, I know some demons that could tell you some more interesting positions, but I feel like that would be inappropriate this time.
I mean, I'd be happy to show them myself, but...
I know a lot of succubi.
Anyway, you say you're the god of all sins. Did you originate that way?
Yes. In fact, I was the god that used to preside over all of the 9 hells. Originally, there was a bit of a coup d'etat, which is French, or coup d'etat.
Hmm.
And I believe that coup d'etat is French for coup d'etat.
No, wah is what Waluigi says.
Ah,
I had to jam his soul somewhere really far because I got tired of hearing it.
you just hear wah in the distance.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Yes, but I ruled over all of it, and then that goddamn goat. Was it God's damned goat?
A goat that gods have damned.
Well, I mean, he was a devil.
Uh-huh.
Not a very good devil, but a devil. Used that Fahrenheit Prime creation of his to steal a chunk of my divinity. Now, old Baffy is the king of hell, and I will unseat him before it's through. But he is the king of hell currently. Pisses me to hell off.
Wait, his name is Baffy?
That's Baphomet,
Ah, okay.
but saying his full name would imply I respect him, which I do not.
Ah,
I mean, you got to be fun for me to respect you.
I can get behind that.
But yeah, he de-seated me from my throne, took most of my divinity, and then that creation of his Prime, I held in her carnival as a blind old man for some 800, I think it was 800 years, maybe more. Used me as a sin magnet to bring people in. One day I pissed her off, shattered what was left of me into a bunch of swords, and cast them off into the nine hells. And lately I've been collecting them. Before them, I don't recall much of who I was before I recalled who I was. I thought I was someone else, who was still me, but not, it's complicated, okay? Listen, I don't make the rules. Divinity is hard, okay? It's very difficult. Got layers like a cake, or an onion baked into a cake.
Ah, that's a lot of layers.
Yeah, I now want a cake.
I mean, we have Cold Scout cookies if you'd like those.
You know, that would be awesome.
Give me a sec. I need to pry this one off the wall to see if you can go get some.
How did you meet Opal?
Opal? Well, let's see. One day, I was walking through a plane that I can't remember the name of. Hated it. I think about 8 dragons tried to eat me when I was on that plane. Got sucked up into an astral vortex that popped out of nowhere. Tossed into the astral sea. Sucked up into a ship. Happened to be the Dark Carnival. Some fella named Hugh runs it, but I never met him while I was there. Just woke up there. Went by the name Melancholy back then. That's who I thought I was, Melancholy. And just hit it off with Opal. One day wandered into her bar, and she has a lot of fairies that does the work there, but I'm a much better bartender than fairies, and I kind of just did the job out of boredom, not really having anything else to do, and me and her have been together ever since. It's quite wonderful.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yes, sin and chaos have a beautiful harmony.
She told me it was an open relationship.
I mean, it is. I mean, she is free to see anybody she wishes to, because they'll never be as good as me. That's my
I'm
pride.
tempted to take that as a challenge, but
You could take it as a challenge, but I don't want to hurt your pride.
trust me, my pride isn't going anywhere.
I can tell you are a very lovely shade of purple.
A shade of purple.
Yes, I can see the sins. They resonate off people. Your friend over there is all yellow and light blue. Greedy, slothful, all little thing.
With the amount he does, I'm surprised you're not blinded by it.
I guess yellow and blue actually makes green.
It doesn't quite work like that. They don't meld together. Otherwise, I would be in a lot of trouble of trying to differentiate things.
There'd be a lot of browns.
There would be a lot of browns. And I mean, not like the guy who had to change into his brown pants. That was a whole different thing.
A guy who had to change into his brown pants?
Yes, guy who had to change into his brown pants.
He was very scared.
Yes. I heard it from this thing called a comedian when I was looking into another realm through a crystal ball. Other realms are so much fun to watch.
You can look into other realms as well.
Well, I mean, with the popular accoutrements at the moment, if I had my powers, I could probably do it without the giant spherical arcane tech crystal ball thing that someone helped me build. But yes, I can do that. I've been watching this one little dragon. Well, she's not a dragon. She's chaotic. She was raised by dragon. There's this a group of adventurers that I've been watching that are trapped in the Feywild. Very interesting group. They have this small, chaotic little girl, or at least I think it's a little girl named Kada.
Hmm.
She's my favorite in the show.
Do they know?
What makes her your favorite? Is it just the chaos she causes?
It's the chaos she causes, and that she punched a child twice, knocked him right out. It was amazing. Couldn't discern why. Interesting show.
That sound like a lot of fun.
It does. I've peered in on your realm a couple times, seen you talking to people. That's been interesting.
I was wondering why I felt eyes on us upon occasion.
Yeah, that was probably me. The talking shrubbery isn't here.
Yeah, he's off gallivanting, probably picking flowers or something.
You gallivant without legs?
As best as one can.
I suppose that's true. Yes. Yeah, that's how I met Opal. I just got sucked up into a space portal. Vortex thingy. That was that one show that said wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. That's the thing I remember seeing in the ball.
I think it's the show about the doctor, but I don't remember who.
I don't either.
But
So what have you and Opal been up to?
Well,
Or do you have more friends in the carnival?
are you still traveling with the Dark Carnival?
well, I traveled with the Dark Carnival. That was fun. We left there because it was time to go take back their home of hell. There's the leaders of our carnival. There's Star, who was originally Varanai Prime. One day we will have that discussion about why she helped steal my powers and then shattered what was left of them. The moment I can get her to stop disappearing into thin air every time we try to have a serious conversation. That'll be the day. There's Opal, of course, her sister Dahlia, wonderful woman. Not always a woman, sometimes a man, sometimes a they. There's Daniel, married to Star, future king of hell, because I don't want that job back.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Not even after the coup.
not even after the coup. I'm gonna go build a new afterlife for people on the seventh ring with hookers and blackjack, booze.
I thought hell would already have that.
I do it better. God of sin, my boy. Yes. Sloth, gluttony, pride. I encompass it all, and it's all always fun. Which is good. It's good to have fun.
It is good to have fun. Yeah.
A lot of adventures, my friend. Not fun. Gotha. Crap place. Don't suggest going to it at all. Not fun. Well, it's better now. I did a bunch of clerical work there.
Oh,
To get it back together after we overthrew the person making it crap. Yeah, strangely enough, when I didn't have my powers,
what was it like before?
what was it like before? Well, let's see. Dark, gloomy, people starving and dying, or
Who was in charge?
a fella named Mordecai, Daniel's father.
Hmm.
Kidnapped Star, broke her into a bunch of more pieces. We had to kill those people. It's very, very depressing having to kill those pieces. Did not enjoy it at all. Like it was like killing a part of your friend, knowing it was the only way to save your friend.
Oh, that's dark.
That's Gotha. But luckily, after it was done, me and Jen, with some clerical work, got everything running again. Because strangely enough, when I wasn't me and I was melancholy, for some reason I picked up a knack for being a lawyer.
I mean, lawyers are quite prideful.
Yes, I was a damn good lawyer. It's also why I'm never getting caught in another contract. I learned my lesson of hubris last time. I mean, I'm still the best at everything, but I'm going to read the fine print from now on.
Oh, what shenanigans did you get pulled into on that contract?
That's how I ended up stuck in Carnival Herald the first time, back when Prime helped take a big chunk of my power.
And how did they do that?
You know, I'm not quite sure myself. I haven't quite got that memory back there, though. If this is the realm of forgotten memories that I've looked into a couple times, it's probably floating around somewhere.
Yeah, should be here somewhere.
I don't know if I want that one back. That one's kind of a bummer. Nothing worse than a bummer memory.
Yeah, speaking of which, were you always sad when you were melancholy?
No, no. Well, I wasn't cheerful. I was more indifferent to everything. It's more like I don't make the rules. I don't quite understand why melancholy is considered a sin, but at one point it was, and sadness is a lot stronger than a lot of other emotions, so I guess that's why it was the most powerful part that stuck around. But I had a nagging itch in the back of my brain that I had to go around and just spread misery and sadness. Started a lot of wars just because I thought that was what I was supposed to do. Had a lot of metallic dragons try to eat me.
You could borrow my back scratcher.
I'm going to be upfront with you, Efren, because I like your style.
Mm-hmm.
If you give that to me, it's mine and you're not getting it back.
Oh, all right. Thanks for the heads up.
Wait a second, that one's mine.
You gave it to me, now it's mine.
That's how it works. It's got you there.
So, after you deposed Daniel's dad in Gotha, what's it like now? Is it still...
Well, I mean, it's still depressing, but people are at least getting things back in order. In fact, interesting enough, I'm a lesser deity at the moment. I haven't quite got my godhood back yet, but interestingly enough, me, Opal, and the death god Eshu, who travels with us, all got blessed by the gods of Gotha. I'm actually a soon to be god. That's the champion of another god.
The champion of another god.
Champion of another god.
How'd you manage to pull that off?
Well, you see, Daniel's father was a god slayer. So when we killed him, the gods kind of just went, here you go. Eshu got blessed by that realm's god of death. Opal got blessed by the god of time. And, funnily enough, I got, can't remember what it was, but I got blessed by the god of...
forgetfulness?
No, I remember what it was. I can't remember his name, but it was definitely the god of justice.
Justin.
Yeah, Justin.
Was his last name Time?
There was a beaver for some reason. Oh, no. No, but he gave me a really cool power, which is a very frustrating power.
Oh.
Yes. It's called And Justice for All. Once a day, I can call on his power. It designates an area around me, and everybody within that area has the exact same attack stats or ability to attack. Not stats. I like saying stats. I imagine people have numbers floating over their head. Combat gets very tedious. But basically, I have a way to make the entire arena fair for everybody.
Oh, that's nice.
Say that until you're on the receiving end of that and can't hit shit.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I'm not part of it, it's nice.
Yeah, as long as you're not part of it. But it is wildly entertaining.
So, like, being a champion, isn't that almost like getting dragged into a contract?
No, it's more like getting a blessing.
But you're sort of serving the god of justice, aren't you?
Of their own free will.
Kind of. Like, they haven't called in any favors. They just kind of called us...
Yet.
They kind of just called us chosen and gave us powers.
Mm.
Which, if you thought Opal was chaotic, you see when she starts messing with time.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it is the best and the worst, but the best.
And the worst.
Yes.
What time shenanigans have you gone into?
Well, none from her yet, but one of my, I guess you would call them chosen. One of my chosen saints is a member of the carnival named Indica. He's my chosen saint of gluttony.
Hmm.
She's from a future alternate timeline.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not just an alternate timeline, but from the future as well.
Well, you see, she popped up in the Dark Carnival one day, and I later found out that she was from the future of Gotha, where instead of winning, we all died.
Okay.
So she's technically a part of Star, from listen, when you get involved with demons and such, stuff gets complicated. It's a whole. I'd have to write a book. I'll send you the biography.
Okay.
I mean, I know where your cave is now.
He's not going to read it.
Is he capable of reading?
I'll say it some days. I don't know.
I have a notes book next to me where I take physical notes.
Okay, but do you write it in a language anyone could understand but you?
What does that have to do with it?
Never mind then. I will send you an audio book.
Oh, cool.
Send me the book.
We'll send Azura the book.
Perfect.
So did Indica go back in time and to another universe just because she missed all of you?
No. From what I understand, it's because that was the last ditch effort to stop the terrible future from happening, because literally everyone she loved and cared about died, and she got flung into the past in an alternate timeline to stop that future from happening. We did it. We did it.
Okay, good job.
God, it was depressing.
Oh,
It's one of your more fun times.
Fun times. Well, let's see. There is the fact that I don't know what has caused it, but the god of death, Eshu, interesting fella. He's got this skeleton abyssal chicken that has traumatized him for some reason. So I find it fun just to conjure it up when he isn't expecting it.
just to mess with him?
Oh, of course, just the best with him.
Where did you get an abyssal chicken?
In the nine hells, my boy. That's where we are, Azure, in the nine hells.
I mean, fair point. Fair point.
Just a zombie abyssal chicken. Also, nine hells is not very friendly with some magics, I've come to learn. I used to have a raven familiar back when I was borrowing Opal's power and was a paladin of Hirahim, just so I could fight alongside my friends and family of the carnival, and tried to summon my familiar one day, which is usually a majestic raven with rune lines of various colors, and it became an abyssal chicken. Just an abyssal chicken.
Yeah, I was more surprised that you used to be a paladin.
Listen. Yes. When you need something done and you have no power of your own, and your future wife is friends with a god, you call in a favor.
Oh, and that's a favor with no strings attached.
I mean, me and Hirahim get along. He can be a bit frustrating. You know, when three forms of chaos are in a room, they all want to try and out chaos somebody, or out random, as some people would say. But no, he didn't tie any strings to it. Well, there is one string tied to it. See, I'm pretty good at enchantment magic, messing with people's heads.
Mm-hmm.
Hirahim's not a big fan of that because, you know, brainwashing people kind of takes away their free will, and he's a god of freedom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Other than that little snag every now and then, me and Hirahim get along fine, and he's completely okay with completely okay with loading me his powers until I got mine back.
Okay, that's nice.
Yes.
And how
Just to
are you?
walk around and
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was thinking of shiny things.
Don't. No exploring the cave. You're already getting the candy.
How do you know I haven't already explored the cave?
Oh no, gotta run to check my hoard.
Like, dude, I found so much deep weed before I found the candy.
How much did you use?
Yeah, that's the effect deep weed has on you.
Yep. All right, he's used a good bit. So how are you getting your powers back?
Oh, yes. Well, you see, when Prime, who is now Star, shattered what was left of my divinity, they took the form of physical swords that she threw into the nine hells. So as we've been adventuring along and we find them, they kind of just jam themselves back into my chest against my will.
That sounds painful.
Oh, it was excruciatingly painful, but mostly because of the memories that come flooding back.
How many swords have you collected so far?
Let's see. 6. I've collected 6 of them. We are still looking for the one of pride and the one of gluttony, I believe. Yes. They're all very fun.
So what powers have you gotten back so far from the swords?
Like the swords themselves powers or powers of my sins?
Why not both?
Okay, as my memory is a little foggy, I gotta pull it. Well, the first one, the melancholy sword, I remember that one very well. The one nameless, the sword of melancholy. It's very cold when I hit you, and I'm totally not pulling up a document that I have in my pocket to remember things. I would never do such a thing.
No, no, no.
And for you to accuse me otherwise is blasphemous.
Now, the best at remembering things, they would never.
Yeah, no, I am the best at remembering things.
Like, you remembered you had that sheet in your pocket. I mean, what?
Yes, this sheet is a very good sheet. Infinite sheets. Okay, so we've got Nameless, this sword right here. It absorbs, well, I mean, okay, apparently I can't conjure things here like I can normally, but it absorbs all light around it, making it look even inkier and blacker. When I hit someone just right, it saps all the joy from them,
Oh, that's depressing.
and it gives me the power of reveling in their misery. Like, it basically steals your power and makes it mine. Then I have Ashia, the Sword of Lust. That one makes me immune to any enchantments being cast on me. And it lets anyone who tries to cast such things on me completely believe they have me under the effects of such a spell. But it also lets me charm or dominate their mind if I hit them.
That'd be useful around the Fae.
Oh yeah. Considering I'm marrying a Fae, very well, she's a devil, but we all have like weird cross. Like I'm a god and I look like this, but normally if I didn't look like this, I'd be a giant four-armed dragon.
Oh,
But yeah,
why aren't you a dragon more?
uh because this is easier to get around in and your cave ceiling is very low.
Oh.
I got this sword, Chelin, the Sword of Greed, so far. It slows you down when I hit you. But if you're really unlucky, it'll completely crystallize you, turning you into a statue made of rubies, diamonds, or valuable gems. The kicker being they're just colored quartz of no value. Sick mockery. So it lets me steal things out of your bag when I hit you with it.
Oh, that's rude.
I mean, it's mine.
Yeah, but I thought you said if we gave it to you, it's yours. But if you steal it, it's a different story.
Technically, everything is mine at the end of the day. You've then got a very lovely sword here, Ungarato, the Sword of Gluttony. Basically, it hurts me to use this sword.
Why's that?
Well, because anytime I hit people, it does more damage and then it heals me. It feeds off me to feed off others.
Oh, okay.
This one's probably my favorite. Then I have Garvok, the Sword of Wrath. A two-handed sword, does fire damage to people, but I can throw it. It teleports back to my hands, and on occasions, it explodes, hitting me and everyone within 20 foot of me also.
Oh, Lord.
But, I'm tough, so I don't really feel it that much.
You truly are chaos incarnate.
Then, of course, there's the Sloth Sword, which, I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but you know what a Bane weapon is.
A pain weapon?
Bane.
Bane weapon.
I do not.
Basically, it's a weapon crafted to harm a particular creature more than normal, like a sword of Dragon's Bane, a sword of Beast Bane, things like that. The sword of Sloth, I'm lazy, so it's just a sword of everything Bane. The moment I hit something with it, the sword then becomes kryptonite to that thing I hit. It also has the chance to let me teleport you anywhere I want. It's really fun teleporting people to the middle of the sky, especially if they can't fly.
Oh,
Oh, no.
but I mean, you could send them to the bar and just get more bar patrons that way.
Yeah, but usually if I have my sword out, I'm trying to kill people. I'm not looking to make customers. Give me your money willingly. I take it from your corpse. It's all the same, if we're being honest.
Well, I mean, could always have a fun time with people in the pub.
Other than just pickpocketing.
I mean, there's a lot of meanings to that. Some that I can't talk about because it would be very inappropriate to talk in front of sugar high kobolds.
Mm. I'm sure you've explored plenty of those avenues.
Oh, all of them. Several times. With explosions.
How many times have you had to rebuild the wonky wand because of you?
Never. Usually the explosions are because of sativa. You see, I don't remember all of it quite well, and you should really talk to Star about it if she ever shows up here. But Sativa, you see, all the shades are made out of like emotions. I'm sure Opal brought that up, how Opal is literally made out of the chaos of the person who made her, and how her sister is love and violence.
Hmm. I do recall this.
Yes. You see, can't remember both parts, but Indica, the person who is my, saint of gluttony, her other half is kind of chaotic, whereas Indica is very chill a lot of the times. Sativa is very zealous, high strung, makes explosives and other weapons, throws grenades off the airship for the fun of it. Doesn't really care what she hits, but she made these little robots that act super tough, but they're like a foot tall, and they talk about how they're going to take over the world, but they can't do shit. But if you kick them, they go off like a nuclear bomb. So don't kick them.
Don't kick him.
All right.
Yeah, don't kick them. She said she based him off something called what was that thing she said she had based him off of? Something called an SCP.
Oh no, not the SCPs.
Listen, when you are a planes hopping carnival, a lot of weird stuff gets brought into one place. I'm still having Green try to explain to me video games. Don't quite understand them yet, but she's cute, fun to hang around. Green's good. Good bean.
It's a good bean.
Bean. Good bean with the toe bean.
Any fun explosions you've witnessed? You said that you had a lot of.
Well, there was this one part where we were going to war, try and get people on our side in hell.
Mm-hmm.
And Sativa blew up a whole damn wall. There was that one. Then there was another fun explosion, which was more depressing, but it was interesting at the time.
Okay.
We were on, I can't remember what level of hell it was. I want to say it was 6th, maybe 7th. Basically, we went out looking for something. And the entirety of that ring pretty much has a putrid, festering swamp. Had a putrid, festering swamp. Turns out the swamp was sentient. We got in a fight with it. I struck the killing blow. Me being a bit of a tougher individual was fine when I was unaware that the thing after I struck it down was going to explode. And when I turned left, Eshu, the god of death, and Green were turned into a pile of ash. I kind of had to sweep them up and take them back to be resurrected at the carnival.
But who turned them into ash?
The exploding swamp.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like, what was that phrasing Opal used? I tanked it like a boss.
You tanked it like a boss.
I tanked it like a boss.
You blew up a god of death.
No. Technically, I blew up a swamp, which was like an archdemon, archdevil, and its explosion blew up the god of death. I was just the catalyst that caused the explosion. I did not know it was going to explode, but it was a pretty fucking cool explosion.
I get the feeling you and Death run into each other multiple times.
Which Death? If you're talking about Eshu, he literally has a room a floor down from me on the ship. If you're talking about any other realm's Death, only the one from Gotha have I met.
Do you piss off Eshu a lot?
Oh, I get on his everlasting nerves. He's the one I scare with the abyssal skeleton chicken, and I made him throw up once.
How?
I cooked, and he ate it, and then he threw up. That was the series of events. I have been banned from all kitchens.
How badly do you need to cook in order to get a god of death to throw up?
Apparently perfectly badly. Which I think he was being a big baby because I ate it and it was just fine.
Maybe you could be the god of bad cooking. Is there one? I'm coining that god.
Okay, if you want to coin that god, there might be in a Greek pantheon. Hell, they have gods for bread, so yeah, sure, bad cooking would probably be there, but you'd have to go, I think, like 6 planes over and 8 planes up, and I just don't see you having the motivation to do that.
No, that's a lot of planes.
Yeah.
The food you cooked, was it pixelated and censored when you looked out?
No, that is actually stomachable. If it does that, if it gets weird and purpley and pixelated, people could usually stomach it. It looked like perfectly normal food when I made it. It looked like a sandwich.
Hmm.
Yeah. Little weird thing is, apparently, if I manage to make food look like it does in the pictures, or what it looks like when Daniel cooks it somehow tastes worse to people. Once again, I think they're a bunch of babies. It tastes great to me. But that's the reason I'm not allowed in the kitchen of the Wonky Wan, and Opal does all the cooking because she was trained by Gordon Ramsay.
That fact I don't recall.
Oh, she probably didn't share it. It wasn't the Gordon Ramsay, but she told me that's who taught her how to cook.
Okay.
So a lot of weird stuff goes on in Carnival Hell.
Sounds like.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you see people's memories come into this realm of forgotten memories, but I'm sure y'all were flooded with mine not long ago.
I do think I recall a few coming in.
Yeah, because I didn't have my memories at the time, and the memories I did have didn't remind me that as a non-deity at the time, I shouldn't jump into the river Styx. And I did, because it seemed like fun with my friend Crimson, and I forgot everything.
Like, again?
Yeah, like for a second time.
Hmm.
What I'm told, if you take who I am and take all my memories out, I kind of just become a feral animal that acts on instinct. So that was interesting or terrible. Local banned me from swimming for like 3 months.
You seem to lose your memories a lot.
You know, when you live a long, long time, it kind of happens. You think you figured out all the ways not to lose your memory because you've been alive since the existence of the nine hells. I think you get hit on the head with a bloody coconut.
Well, the next time you lose your memory, just remember to get over here.
That's the tricky part, isn't it? I have to remember here exists.
Hmm.
Might be possible.
I mean, somehow you got to. How did you get here?
Laner shift.
Did Opal just tell you, hey, I want you to go, oh, take this, and then she just immediately player shift before you could say anything?
I mean, I'm not going to say no, that isn't what happened, but nor will I confirm that.
I can see that happening.
Yeah. On the plus side, other than me eating a whole bunch of your herbs, I got to poke around. I don't have very many shiny things here, unfortunately. I mean, there's the two gold pieces stuck up his nose, but
Hmm.
don't think I want to reach for them.
What am I going to do with you, Avon? I'm going to have to get the vacuum out again.
So what the hell's a vacuum?
It's when you summon a black hole that just sucks everything in.
Honestly, pretty close. Pretty close. I've had to do this before with his nose. I doubt this will be the last time, too.
God, that would explain the size of his nostrils.
He is a handful. I think Opal was referring to the Blast Rock candy.
Last rocket? Oh, I found that an hour ago.
Well, there are Pop Rocks, and those aren't quite forgotten yet, but Blast Rocks are a bit more explosive, which is why they were discontinued.
I mean, discontinued is just a fancy way of saying coming back in style.
Fair, fair.
I mean, have you noticed that pile of Dunkaroos over there has been vanishing? And it's not just because I keep eating them.
Rather sus, but I can't prove you wrong.
Yes, that's the best kind of being. But if I've already got the candies, I guess I've just been dilly dallying. And if I'm not back soon, she's probably going to.
She'll take the bat to you.
Oh, not the bat. That thing hurts. Think being a lesser deity, pain, not a thing. No. No more pain worse than the scorn of a fae who hasn't gotten her treats. Anyway, thank you for the candy. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Maybe I'll come back one day. Maybe more of my friends will show up. Maybe all of my friends will show up. Never know. If things are missing, probably took them. Not going to return them.
Rude.
I do believe that's my portal now.
Well, until any of that happens, have a good awakening. I need to upgrade the security on this place.
Not going to work with me.